that intro was fire. I'm not going to lie. I am quite proud of myself. But that is not today's point of emphasis. It is Cody Bellinger, and he has been absolutely on top of the world. He leads the MLB in almost every home run category. Not only will we be diving into how dominant his season has been up to this point, we will be breaking down his swing and what it is, what his secret weapon is that has made him such a great hitter in these first few weeks of the season. So, without further ado, let's first dive into his stats and just how good they've been. Then we'll break down his swing. So when it comes to batting average, Bellinger is about .6 over second place, which is Tim Anderson. He's the only person left in the 400s, and he's that much better than second place, which shows he's not only hitting home runs, he's hitting for average too. Other guys, Andrus, Rendon, Mancini, Yelich, Dozier, McNeil, DeYoung, and Reddick, they have all been having outstanding years. The fact that Bellinger is having that good of an average against this competition is great, but the other thing I want to look at is home runs. He sits alone with Yelich at the top. I guess he wouldn't be sitting alone, but y'all know what I mean. I mean, this is some great power hitters. Davis, Ozuna, Bruce, Goldschmidt, Altuve, Baez, Gallo, Alonso, as you can see at the bottom. He has such a great, powerful swing, and we'll get into that later. But here are some other stats that he leads in that might be important. RBIs. I mean, you don't really see that many people with... It's just been amazing that he's not only getting it done by the home runs, he's getting the doubles, the triples, and all that stuff. Right now, he's the leading candidate for the Triple Crown with, I think that's RBIs average and home runs. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the most impressive stat for me. He has a .508 on-base percentage. That means he's getting on base more times than he doesn't get on base. I don't think you guys know how truly impressive that really is to do. If you ever played baseball, you know it's not easy to get on base. They only do it about a third of the time. He's literally getting on base more than he doesn't. I mean, walks, hits, all that stuff. He can really do it all. And he's been doing it at such a high level this year. And you really have to give this man his credit. And also slugging. He's not just hitting for average, he's hitting with that power too, as you can see with the home runs. Not just home runs, doubles, triples, those extra base hits you're looking for. OPS, he's 200, He's 200 above Yelich for second, and WAR. This might be the most impressive one. Wins above replacement, they're averaging 3 more wins with him in the lineup as compared to without him. That's 1 above Trout in second. So now that you see that he's truly dominant in all categories, power, average, all that stuff. It's hard to find well-rounded players. You either hit 300 with 5 home runs, or you hit 250 with, you see what I mean. And I don't know. But I found 2 keys. 2 keys to his success. 3, actually. I found 3 keys to his success. And we're going to dive into all 3 of those right now. We're going to take a look at his home run off of Hader that you saw in the intro. And we'll take a look at all 3 of these things and how he does it just so well. Or how he has been performing it so well in the first half of the season. But do I think he'll keep this up for the rest of the season? No. But he might. And it's looking like he might. I feel like he'll eventually slow down a bit. But I mean, he's gotten up to such a flaming hot start. When you're on runs like this, it just feels like you're on top of the world. It just feels great. So maybe he could ride this for a pretty long time. But let's look into the 3 keys that make him so good at this swing. All right. Now, let's take a look here. This is Josh Hader, if y'all don't know who that is. He's probably the most dominant left-handed relief pitcher in the game right now. It's just almost impossible to hit off of him if you're a lefty. And obviously, as you can see, Bellinger is a lefty. Notice the 1-2 count with 2 outs, no one on. It looks like this inning is almost dead. But Bellinger, as you saw in the intro, proceeds to absolutely jack this one to right. But let's take a closer look at his swing. First thing, watch his front foot. He gets a very powerful step down. Look, he kind of like jolts down with it. Like you can see his hips kind of moving down like that. Very powerful front step is great for hitting for power. If you look at Stanton does this better than anybody, which is part of the reason why he hits so many home runs. But it's just that is one of the keys. It helps get you more energy off your back leg the harder you step down, and that's what helps Bellinger pivot. And that's the second step. Watch how fast he pivots that back foot. That is so fast and so powerful with that step. The step and pivot are just so great. This is textbook. Also, Hader kind of gave him a cookie, but let's not focus on that. It's just he propels so much off his back foot. And his swing is just so smooth. It just looks like he glides through that swing. It's just so impressive. And the last thing is hitting with 2 strikes. Notice, I brought your attention to this at the start. Look, 2 strikes. Okay, sorry, my camera cut out when I was doing that. But basically what I was going to get at. 2 strikes, he's never out of the count. Because he's so patient at the plate. I guess we'll go with the 3 steps are big front foot and pivot, hits with 2 strikes, and he's patient. Or no, you know what I mean. If you're patient, I would rather have a guy that is patient at the plate and can wait for his pitch than a guy that can jack home runs. I mean, not necessarily, but what he does is he will wait for his pitch, and with 2 strikes, a lot of hitters with 2 strikes, Baez does this terribly. If Baez gets 2 strikes, he'll swing at pitches up here, down here. He's like flailing an oar, like a caveman's club, when he gets 2 strikes. Love Baez, but that's one problem he has. Bellinger waits for his pitch, and he will jump on a pitch that's good with 2 strikes, but he's not going to automatically swing on 2 strikes. A guy that's patient and can wait for their pitch is so valuable you don't even know. So you're never gonna get him out guaranteed with 2 strikes. He can wait for his pitch, which is kind of what I was gonna segue into with the last thing before my screen recording cut out. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bellinger has been so dominant all year. Comment below, do you think he'll win the Triple Crown, or will Yelich catch up to him in something? Who's another player that's been hot that you would like me to do an analysis video, because I do like making these. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.